If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shah Peerally can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shah Peerally is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shah Peerally, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastakar, Namaskar to all the listeners. This is Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, and we are going to discuss about immigration and other issues of law. And today I have with me, of course, my good friend Franco. Thank you, Franco, for being here. And as usual, anything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion. My opinion alone. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And we will be opening the lines in few minutes. The number to the studio is 408-912-5565. 408-912-5565. Please feel free to call if you have any questions about family immigration, about marriage petitions, about adjustment, about H-1B, I-140, the new rules, EB-1, not EB-1, EB rules. And also, if you have any questions regarding debt settlement, you can please feel free to call. The studio lines are open, 408-912-5565. But before I start, our heart goes to the people of Aceh in Indonesia, where they had this big earthquake, just like we had those big ones happening also in the other places like New Zealand, and also for those people who died in Auckland. So may they rest in peace, and if anything you can do to help, please do. And today we had, unfortunately, a bunch of other earthquakes. Actually, they had one even 8.0, and near California there was a 6.5 at the coast of California. So you need to be prepared for that. So it's good to have always a preparation kit. I wanted to mention that because this now is becoming news pretty much on a daily basis. So having said that, now we have other earthquakes coming up with immigration. So let us dig into it quickly. For now, what we are seeing, a lot of people are calling me because they are very fearful, of course, but at the same time a lot of hope coming, because we are seeing shifting of tones and who's being hired, who's not being hired. So we will know ultimately once President Trump takes power, how things are going to unfold on the immigration side. For one, California has been kind of passing now laws to protect immigrants, but unfortunately, if you know how the system works, immigration is not really a state matter, it's a federal matter. So as much as California is trying their best to protect many immigrants, they might also be faced with many hurdles, including having a marshal coming and arresting a governor if they don't comply with the federal immigration law. So we are going to see a lot of fights going on there, but most of it is basically coming from the undocumented perspective. But we're going to look at what we can do from those who are documented, those who are on H-1B, etc., how you protect yourself. Let me take a caller and then I'll move on. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Yeah, is it it's a Trump plan? Is it going to affect parents getting green card, and then once they get the green card, is the medical thing is still valid? Is it going to be valid, or they won't get medical?
I don't think they will take that, but there is a proposition to take that away. There is a report that was published, and I mentioned that last week, is FAIR, where they mentioned that they will only give family petition to spouses and children under 21. So yeah, there is a proposition, but that's going to be a long fight. I doubt he will be able to win on that, but there is proposition on that, so it's not something we shouldn't be ignoring. And there is, if you go and Google it, it's a report from FAIR. It's an independent organization, but it seems like they laid out a plan for President Trump. I don't know if he will accept it or not, but if that's the case, yeah, it might happen. So for those who still want to file for their parents, that's a good advice. I would probably recommend filing as soon as possible. If you're a U.S. citizen, don't wait too long, because there is a chance that they might take this away. But having said that, this has been there for years and years, and I doubt they will be able to take it out that easily. So there's no real fear out there on this one. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air. Hello? Hello?
Hi, Shah. Thank you so much for doing the wonderful show and also taking my phone call.
Oh, thank you so much for your kind words. What can I do for you?
I have a quick question on. I'm filing a citizenship for my father. Mm-hmm. Now, my father has lived in many different states just because of work-related reason. He's working in a motel, so he's just been traveled in the last 5 years, quite a few times. And right now, he's, living in a Woodland, California. So, on a green card, I think his address still is, something which is different than where he lives right now. So, if I file for the citizenship, do I need to change address on the green card first and then go for filing of the citizenship, or how will it work?
Okay, this is a very good question, because one of the rules that is on the books, whenever you're a green card holder, even not green card holder, if you're H-1B and something like that, anytime you move and you're permanently planning, not permanently, even temporary, you want to move there, after 10 days, you have to file something called an AR-11 form. You can do it online on their website. It's a requirement by law, by the way. So not doing it, they can use that to actually take away your green card. And it has been done before. I've seen cases of like those. So be very careful on that. That's number one. Yeah, number two, now, if he's going like for 1 week and coming back, like a vacation, then you put one fixed address. But you need to make sure that he has one address where the jurisdiction will apply. That means 90 days he's there. So if you don't have that, then I would recommend not filing the citizenship until you look at it closely with a lawyer, or you can call our office, we can look at it. But be very careful. Change his address, that's number one. Number two, you need to be careful if he's traveling different places and he's staying more than 10 days there, he needs to do all those changes of address, because otherwise it might come back and harm him. Okay, be careful on that. Okay,
thank you. I will call your office and I will go forward with that.
No problem. The number is 510-742-5887. The website you can check is attorneyonair.com, and we have also a YouTube channel where I update on a daily basis almost. It's YouTube/Shah Peerally Law. So let me take another caller, Franco.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. My name is Shankar.
Hi, Shankar.
Shah, I have a question regarding converting from L2 EAD to H4 EAD. Okay? Mm-hmm. So what's the legal way to do that to keep up my job? Right now, I'm already working on L2 EAD. But they are planning to change it to H4 and then apply for EAD. So EAD takes around 2 to 3 months, right?
Okay, this is a tricky question, because how are you on L2? Is your wife on H1 right now?
No, we will be going for a stamping. We did a H1 on a counselor, so we are going to India and then come back and be on H1 H4.
So when you come back on your when she come back on H1, you have to come back on H4 because the L2 will die. There's no L2 if she doesn't have L1. So
yeah, I understand that. But can I take a long leave or something with my current company and make sure no payroll runs during the time until I get my H4 EAD and then join back? Is that a legal option, or I need to officially put a resignation and then wait for EAD and then join on H4 EAD?
You don't have to resign, but this is how you're going to do it. You go, you get the H1, you get your H4, you come back, you file for the H4 EAD, and most of the time, if you're filing only for the EAD, within 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you should get it. If you're filing for H4 and H4 EAD together, then it takes longer, but just the EAD usually takes like 4 or 5 weeks. So I recommend if you're leaving, coming back, you come back on your H4 directly, file it. As for quitting the job, you don't have to. You just don't have to be paid around that time because they know the glitch, and as long as the company is not paying you, it's not technically working and you're taking a leave of absence, you should be fine. You don't need to really resign. But don't do that for too long. Maximum I tell people to do is not to pass 180 days like that, but ultimately there's no requirement by law you have to resign, okay?
Okay, Shah. Okay, thank you.
Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Hi, Mr. Shah. This is Sunil.
Hi, Sunil.
Mr. Shah, I have a quick question. So I'm currently on a H1B, which is valid till next year, September. And even my H1B max out, that is 6 years, is going to complete by the same date. And my employer has currently started my green card, and I got my perm approved. And my attorney is in process of filing my I-140 right now. Yes. So my question here is, once I get my I-140, like in a month or 2 months, and maybe after 3-4 months, can I go back to India and stay there for 1 or 2 years because of some personal reasons? And can I come back? And I would like to take your recommendations on that, please.
Yes, you can go, because the I-140 doesn't go away just because you leave the country. In fact, you can file an I-140 while you are in India or another country. But having said that, the only issue is, will the company keep your I-140? That's up to the company, because there's a new rule where they cannot really cancel the I-140 after 6 months, but that rule might be overrun by Trump soon. So the answer is yes, but before you leave, talk to a lawyer. You can call my office or talk to a lawyer just to make sure you are basically not making any mistakes on any of the paperwork. Make sure you have an agreement with the company that the I-140 will be alive. As long as the I-140 is there, you can revive the H-1B. Okay?
Okay, and if I change a company back in India and I get my I-140 transferred to that new company, so you
cannot transfer the I-140. You have to refile it. But yeah, you can do that too. But there are some risk which we don't know yet until we have all the plans laid out how they're going to treat those cases. But as far as I know, it's still under AC-21, which was a rule that was passed during the Republican time. So I don't think that will change. But yeah, you can do that. You have to have the company do a new I-140 for you, or keep the same. If they don't cancel it, do your new employment cap exam, get it approved. Then they start your I-140 and then you come back. But that's for next time. But it's a little bit tricky to answer that like on the radio in 2 minutes. So give me a call at the office. We can talk in more details before you leave, and we can kind of guide you. But yeah, you can do that, but you just have to do it carefully. Okay? Right.
Okay, sure. And one more quick question. This is regarding the visitors, the parents' visa, the B2. So I read in one of the forms saying they have extended it to previously it was 6 months, and now they extended to one year, and they can apply for another 6 months extension.
I don't know about that. I don't think so, but it's always been 6 months max. But I have to double check. I don't know. Sometimes people write a lot of nonsense on those forums, but it might be true. But I have never seen it so far, so I have to double check and I'll let you know. Okay?
Okay. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much for answering the question.
Good luck to you. Good luck. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yeah. Hi. Good morning, Shah.
Good morning, sir.
I recently filed I-751 removal of condition.
Yes.
After the 2 year. I submitted the application fee $590, $505 for the I-751 and $85 for biometrics.
Yes.
My biometrics was done, but when I checked the online status, it says your fees were waived, and we are processing your application. So if it says fees were waived, but they have already encashed my check for the I-751, will I get that money back or
no? No. They don't waive that unless you apply for it. It's probably a mistake on their paperwork. So just ignore it, and as long as you have the receipt of your I-751, forget about the money. I've never seen them really returning any money. It's almost impossible. Okay. So don't count too much on that.
And what's the current time frame for I-751?
I-751 doesn't really have a time frame, but usually it's like 8 months. For regular cases where you have a lot of proof, it's an easy case. But complicated case can go for years. So it's not. There's no real. But the most average time is 8 months. Okay.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi. I have a question regarding my I-94. My I-97 petition had an I-94 when I moved to a different company, and that was till January and 2017. But early this year, I went to India and came back. So during that time, looks like the CBP officer has given an I-94, which is expiring October 2016. And I didn't realize till yesterday that it was the latest I-94 is expiring. It expired actually on October.
Yeah.
So now that last month, right, because my I-97 was expiring January next year, I applied for extension and I got a receipt number too. So what should I do now? Is it
when did you apply for the extension?
I applied last month, November. I applied on a premium mode, and then I just received RFE. Regarding regular documentation. Looks like there is nothing I-94 specified on it. And then when I referred to the documents, what I supplied to them, I realized that...
okay, why did they give you October? Your passport was expiring or what?
No, my visa was expiring on October. The passport was fine, but my visa was there.
You already filed the extension. Technically, if the extension was filed before October, then no problem. But since it was filed in November, one of the ways to extend those I-94 is to go to the CBP office and ask them. What I will advise you in your case, wait for the approval since it is premium, answer the RFE. If you get an approval with an extension already on it, with an I-94, you don't have any problem. But if not, then you need to go to the CBP office. I don't know if it is the closest one is Santa Clara for you maybe, or...
Santa Clara.
San Francisco. You can go there and ask them to check it for you. You can do it right now, but they will tell you, oh, you have a case pending. We have to wait on that. So wait for the answer from the H-1B extension. If it is approved, then no headache. If not, then you go there and you check on that.
And my worry part is like because the extension is filed after the I-94 is expired, does that period count in like out of status or illegal? I don't know.
Not really, because it was an honest error, so you're pretty much in a period of stay. But you don't want to wait too long. My advice is to make sure that within the next 180 days from that October date, make sure you fix that. Okay. And and you can call me if you have any question. I have too many people on the line right now. 510-742-5887, and we can discuss in more details. Okay, but just wait on that, and then we'll do the next step. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You good luck. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hi, Shah. This is Ram. Thanks for this wonderful show.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I'm on. I have a quick question. Like, I'm on H1B, and I have that H1B till like 2020. And my question is, like, I'm planning to change the employer. What is, I mean, with the new Trump administration coming in, what are your thoughts? Like, do I need to stick with the current employer, or is it good to change the employer? What are the implications of changing the employer after Trump comes in? I mean, what will be the effect for that?
That's a very good question, because I wanted to cover that. If you're changing to the employer, as long as you're changing within a good company, I mean, a good company means a company that really have work for you, not who's going to bench you or just keep your H1B like that hanging, then there's no risk, because the rule of AC-21 were all passed through Congress, and all those rules of H1B are mostly passed to Congress. So they won't affect that really. But if you're moving to a company which is kind of weak and have a bad reputation, they are going to be under investigation, then don't move, because that's one of the things that everybody is asking me, is it safe? It's always safe to move, because the AC-21 rule is a rule that are under the books, not under Obama. It was there for a long time, because it was passed under the American 21st Century Act to Congress. So you don't have a problem in that. Having said that, now, if you're leaving a good company to go and try a company, and the company doesn't really have work for you, you're just going there because for whatever reason, then you got to stay away from it. If you're moving, for example, trying your luck with a startup, there's nothing wrong, because a startup is a genuine company. It works, it doesn't work, that's a startup, right? But if you're moving to a company which is just a body shop, for example, that you should stay away, because body shops are going to be in big trouble soon. Okay? All right?
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Thank you. So as long as you are within the rules, you're fine. Okay? Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi. My name is Kumar. I have a question. I have a H1B till 2018. My question was, if I want to take a break and go to India for an year, so can I renew that H1B after 2018, because I'm not, I didn't use fully?
Yes, you can, as long as you get a job offer and the company is willing to keep it, yes, or willing to file for you, yes.
But at the time, next time, if I want to come back, it doesn't fall under the regular quota. It's a different quota, is it?
It's not a quota. You're already in the quota. The way it works, once you're in the quota for 6 years, you can always claim that quota. It's called cap exempt. But once you reach 6 years, you have to have an I-140 or a pending 365 days. But for example, let's say you get it with company A, and then you leave the country for 1 year, and from there, company B wants to employ you. They can still file it under cap exempt, new employment, get it approved, and give you the paper. And if you have a stamp on your passport, you don't even need a stamp. But if you don't, you go and get a new stamping, you come back, because it's within that parameters of 6 years. And if you have an I-140, you can go further than that. But once you make it to the cap, the only time they take it from your cap is if you don't have an I-140 after 6 years, or if you have a situation where basically they revoke it for fraud. So yes, you can do that. A lot of people do that. They go for 1 year, 2 years, and then come back. You can claim it. But make sure you claim it within 6 years after you leave. Okay? Just to be on the safe side.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you. So I don't know, Franco, if I have more callers. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air? Okay, so I don't think I have more callers, but good, we got so many callers back to back. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the issues I was mentioning in the beginning, and few of them has already been covered. People were asking about parents' petitions, how things are going to be. Well, there's a chance they will put a hold on it, but that doesn't mean it's going to go away forever, because ultimately, unless elections is abolished in the U.S., which we never know, things are going to change down the road. It's not going to stay the same. Nothing lasts forever. And I was listening to this speech by Charlie Chaplin in this old movie about a dictator, where he say dictators don't last forever. So let's hope that's what was going to happen. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi sir, this is Chandra. How are you?
I'm doing well, Chandra. I'm doing well. What can I do for you, sir?
Sir, like for example, like I have EB3 and I'm working on EAD, and if I want to port to EB2 with the new company where I'm working for a long time, but I never applied for EB2 porting. Now, if I want to do it, is it a good idea now because I'm in a 2006 priority date with the EB3?
Yes, of course, because it won't affect it. If you have an EB3, you're filing under EB2. It doesn't kill the EB3 unless you revoke that EB3. That's different. But yeah, it is a good idea to try an EB2. Did you get the EB3 with the same company?
No, sir, old company, sir. That's the previous company.
Okay, then
5 years back I applied. I got
I think you should try. Do you qualify for EB2?
Yes, sir. I completed MBA recently, so I think that could be the one of the reasons.
Go for it. Go for it, my friend. Anything that brings you closer, you should take it. Don't let any chance go away now. Okay? Go ahead.
How long the process can take, sir, in the current times? Like, and it takes 1 year or something?
1.5 years, approximately.
1.5
years, depending on the lawyer, but it's around 1.5 years because we have to do the PWD, the ads, then they put it. Now the other thing we don't know is how Trump is going to treat those cases. But at this point, I don't think he will be able to do big changes on those. Okay? Okay.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Good luck to you. Let me take another call if I have. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air. Okay, so great. I'm going to talk a little bit about I took callers on different issues, and I wanted to mention to people because a lot of people are calling me and I'm getting flooded with calls now. And actually, I'm not doing in-person consultation because I'm doing everything on the phone because of the number of calls we are getting. A lot of people are very fearful, and I know what fear means because a lot of people have been living in fear. I was practicing during the time after September 11. I was in law school, etc. So I know what fear is there. But at that time, it was more fear of the government. Now there's two fear that is coming up. One is, of course, the fear of what will happen in immigration, but also we are seeing a lot of hate crimes. So I mentioned this on my previous show, but you need to be careful. Be careful, especially if you are wearing a hijab, a turban, or things like that. Be careful where you're going because some people are not very sympathetic, unfortunately. They put everybody in one basket and try to label them. And luckily, we have good people to fight them, but at the same time, you need to be careful. Let me take a caller. This is Shah Peerally. You are live in here.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, doing good. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. What can I do for you?
Yeah, actually, we have applied for green card, like EB1. We have applied in the month of July, like July 19th. We have got an email saying that we have already received your application. But the status is nothing. Like till now, we have not received anything after that. So, like, I would like to ask you, like, how long it will take as it is EB1 and.
It's an EB1C, right? Which EB1 did you file? EB1A, B, C. Is it under managers, executive?
Managers, yes. We came on L1A. It is on EB1A, yes.
Yeah, EB1C, there's no premium. That means you have to wait almost 8 months to get an answer. 8 to 9 months it's taking, most of them. National interest waiver also is taking the same. But you're still within the line. And did you file the adjustment of status also?
Adjustment of status, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Well, no need to file it now. But yeah, you're still within the time. That's how much time they're taking. 8 months to 9 months, actually. EB1A is getting processed very fast. Actually, just to mention, we got an EB1A within 10 days approved. So EB1C is taking a long time. So you have to be patient. Unfortunately, there's no premium there. Okay. You're still in good time right now. Once you pass 8 months, then you can start calling them and kind of ask them questions. Okay? All right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
So you're welcome. So this is very interesting also. Now we're getting into EB1. If you have a chance for EB1A, don't think you have to have a PhD to get an EB1A. We have some good presentation on our YouTube channel on EB1, EB1A and EB1B. Look into that because anything that can work right now, you need to take it. And actually also, as I mentioned in a couple of my shows, there is a chance that we will see for people who are filing for their we are hoping, we are kind of praying the government to make all the visa bulletin for this month current. And I don't know if the visa bulletin came out today. No, it's still not out. So if they make it current, and there is a petition online, if you type it, make the January 2017 visa bulletin current. I didn't get enough signatures, unfortunately, but I was hoping. But if we get, if they kind of heard us, even with almost 4,000 signatures, they might make at least Chart B current, which will allow everybody to get a work permit. But that's just a dream, so we are trying to dream a little bit big on this one. But let's hope it works. We never know. Obama is giving a lot of gifts lately, so hopefully he will give one more to people. Now the other thing that I was mentioning earlier is fear. A lot of people are fearful, and I wrote an article that was published like almost I think 1 year, 1.5 years ago. It's called "The Fear of Torture is Worse than Torture Itself." What I meant in this article is a lot of times, because we speculate and we anticipate, we are very fearful. But when the thing really hits, it might be different. But that doesn't mean you should not use that fear to prepare yourself. That fear can be good if you use it in the right way. For example, if you get if you have anything that is missing, or if you have a criminal matter on your case and you're an immigrant, make sure you see if you can clear those. If you are working with a company where you are on bench and everything, get out of that company if possible, move to another visa or something. You don't want to be in those kind of situations where you're in limbo, and when things hit, when the tsunami hit, as we call it, you won't be able to fight back. So it's better to be prepared than sorry. And like this, I was listening to the news, and this person said, we are expecting the worst but hoping for the best. So that's what we are in right now. Let me take one caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to ask about my husband, who was on H-1B, but due to the recent workforce reduction, he was affected, and his company just gave him 10 working days, and his last day is next Friday. That's 16th of December. Mm-hmm. And but I am on F1. I'm doing my PhD. I'm currently with University of California. Mm-hmm. So I applied for I-20. I have it with me. So, but I wanted to know how much time do I have to go for F2, and because it's just next week, and when does the status actually go?
It has to reach there before his I-94 expires in terms of his employment. So if he's terminated on December 16, before midnight December 16, your form I-539 has to reach the USCIS. So make sure you file it, because that rule of grace period is not going to apply until January. So at this point in time, you still are under the old rule. So if you want to do a change of status for him to F2, you need to file it before midnight December 16, so that there's no issue down the road. And also, as soon as it's filed, it's reached there, you get a receipt. He will be in a period of stay authorized by the Attorney General, which doesn't make him in status, but don't put him out of status. So basically, you need to just file it, and it takes 1 day to prepare it, and you have to mail it FedEx, and it will reach there hopefully before December. So don't wait the last minute. I will recommend filing it, or give me a call at the office. We can look at all your other options, and we can ask this.
Yeah, that would be great. I think I would call you at your office, but I already have I already have the I-20 from my university for F2. I have it today, and I would be preparing the paperwork.
Just file it, because it doesn't affect anything. It's good to have it as a backup, and then later you can deal with if he gets back, you can bring him back on H1 later. But there might be some issues.
Yeah, that was my only question. That does it affect? Because of course he's applying for other jobs, and the process is already.
No, it doesn't affect. It doesn't affect. It doesn't.
It doesn't affect in any way. So he can the moment he has job again, he can come back to H1. It will not affect in any way.
Yeah, he will come back to H1, but there are some things that might have to be done. If the F2 is pending, he might have to leave the country and come back to get his H1 once it's approved. So these are the issues that you need to but it's good to have the F2 file. It won't affect, on the contrary, it will help him. It won't affect him. Okay? Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we were talking a little bit about, not a little bit, a lot about immigration. A lot of people asking questions. I don't know the answers when it comes to completely what Trump is planning to do. But one thing for a fact, more and more we immigration lawyers are looking at the people he's hiring, and those people have had plans for years how they want to treat immigration. And one of the groups I mentioned, FAIR, has kind of laid out a very strict plan, which is, I don't know how much of it will be implemented, but few of them, especially on the legal side of immigration, what we call legal immigration for H-1Bs, H-4s, etc., are kind of easy for him to implement, unfortunately, because we don't really have a voice to accept few lawyers who really defend the rights of people who are on H-1B or on H-4 on green card. Most lawyers are pretty much paper pushers, unfortunately. They don't really go into civil rights. So we might have another issue that we will be facing later. So we need to be ready for that. So we need to make sure that you are prepared, like I said, than sorry. And many things are going to happen in the next few months. So don't need to panic, but you just need to make sure that you are on the right side of the law, as we call it, so that we don't get in trouble. Now, the next thing that I wanted to mention, of course, this is another thing that we're getting a lot of people calling us on, is about debt settlement. Debt settlement has become, again, an important thing, because many people are kind of a little bit panicking what will happen to them if they have to leave the country. They have debts, and some of them have been using credit cards, especially because they lost their job, and they don't want to really leave the country with a lot of debts. At the same time, they don't have full money to pay those debts. So what we can do, one of the solutions we do, is we are able to negotiate those debts for people, and this is called debt settlement. And you can check our website, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, and you will see the kind of work we have been doing. We've been getting a lot of deals lately, credit cards, even second mortgages. We are getting deals, business loans, default, lawsuit where people owe money, and they are being garnished, their paycheck are being garnished, etc. So we can help you if you need help with debt settlement, and also with other issues relating to debts. And just to let people know, many times people are asking me the same question, and how do you see the market? Well, we are seeing a big increase on the market because of Trump, and also but a lot of experts are saying this is very short-lived. We're going to see also a fall in a lot of things, especially areas where there will be a lot of immigrants. Because, for example, if you look at California, if there's a massive hysteria of people getting deported, even they're not getting deported, many of them will probably not want to stay here. And they own properties, and they have credit cards, some of them, etc. And what will happen to them? What will happen next? So it might crumble, actually. Unfortunately, California might have some issues. And if you need help settling those debts, etc., feel free to call us at 510-742-5887. And also, next week I might not be live, so I'm not sure, because I have to be in court for a case. So you might listen to this show basically recorded if you're listening next week, but hopefully I will be able to come live, but I cannot confirm right now. But in case you're hearing this show next Thursday, which is I think the 15th, if I'm not mistaken, then this is a recorded show, and hopefully by that time we will have what we call the visa bulletin out, and I will publish an analysis of it as soon as it's out in the next few days on the YouTube channel or on our website, attorneyonair.com. And also, for those who want to know a little bit what they should do now, if you are undocumented, that means what they call illegal here, you need to have someone or something you can hang on to. We don't know how aggressive they are going to be excuse me, to people who are undocumented, but we are expecting some pretty rough tides coming, and I will recommend, if you have children and things like that, to make sure that the children have a safety place to go if in case, because the way they are planning to do that is going to be really rough. Hopefully California will not make it easy for them, but that doesn't mean the feds cannot come in and do what they want to do, and there will be some rattling, and you might want to be careful where you are and things like that, because they are planning to go to schools, wait for people who are picking their kids, they are planning to go to supermarkets, etc. So to Home Depot and things like that. So if you are under the group of undocumented, make sure you check with the lawyers, check your options. Sometimes you have a U visa you don't even know about, and things like that. So it's not something that you just want to leave to like now and hope, bury your head in the sand and say, okay, no, nothing is going to happen. Things are going to happen. The question, how harsh is he going to be, or is he going to change his mind again on other issues? As for California now, for those who are on DACA, for example, you need to be careful too, because DACA was all your information are with the government, and they will target those. So let's see how this thing will unfold too. Now for H-1B holders, H-4 visa holders, and STEM OPT. Now the question is that he planned to revoke many of those, including not H1 but H4 EAD, not the H4 but the EAD only, but also the STEM OPT, the extension. That too Trump is planning to revoke. But now the question is that will he be able to do that quickly, or he will give a chance to people? We don't know, because I'm pretty sure he himself doesn't know. That's because most people don't even know how the system works, including the rule-making process. So I am hoping. Let me take one caller first, and then I will move to Amit. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here. Okay, I lost the caller, so I don't think I will be able to take more callers. But let me cover something which is very important at this point. Keep informed. Keep checking your email. Keep checking on my website. I will update things as they come at attorneyonair.com. And at the same time, don't panic, because there will be a lot of protection. A lot of agencies are planning to fight them, to fight this administration if they are starting to do things wrong. But at the same time, you might want to know that it's not going to be an easy fight. It's going to be very tough. Things are going to change drastically. Pretty much, for those who have lived here for years, like me, I don't think we have seen something like that before. And I have to be honest with you, it's like it's what we call the tsunami, and especially hearing the hate crimes on a daily basis, it's horrible. I never, even after September 11, I didn't hear this kind of things so bad like I'm hearing now. So maybe it's because of the internet is a little bit more prominent now with all the social networks. But at the end of the day, this is really kind of scary for new people who are here. So hang out there, keep yourself safe, and let me see with Amit, are you there?
Hey Shah, yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay, welcome back, Amit. So I am going, before I give you there will be 10 minutes for you, but I think that's the time, right, Franco? So I'm just telling people, anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to our office is 510-742-5887, and the website attorneyonair.com. If you need help on debt settlement or immigration, feel free to call us. 510-742-5887. And remember, next week it might be a recorded show. I'm not sure. I will try my best to do a live show, but in case you're hearing this on this message right now on December 15, it might be a recorded show. So good luck to all of you. Wish you all the best. And Amit, I'll let you finish.